Yep.
What's up, guys? E-Drone here, and I'm trying to do a little bit of practice, some more acro flying. However, it is extremely difficult this time of the year. The places where I've been flying, like the school, you know, it's summertime, the end of summer, and you know, we got kids out there playing soccer, so I had to move from that location. I couldn't fly there, so I found another location I've been to before. There's a lot of open field out here, so we're going to go ahead and do some FPV acro flying, get some more practice in, and I'm going to be talking, you know, as I'm flying. We can go over some of the things that that you know I feel about someone new to acro FPV flying. Also, it's been a crazy busy week at work. Scott Hartzell, I apologize, brother. You won the giveaway, and I have not had a time to get to the post office before they closed all week long. So tomorrow, I already got it packaged up tonight. It's packaged up. Your free drone is going to be in the mail tomorrow, okay? It's going to be in the mail, guaranteed tomorrow, and you'll get your free giveaway, buddy. So I appreciate your patience. So hang on, and we're getting ready to go outside and do a little bit of flying before the sun sets. Let me first by saying, guys, first thing you want to do as a new FPV acro flyer is find a wide open space with low cut grass. You don't want to fly somewhere where you have like fields or high grass where it's going to be easy to lose your drone. That's why I chose this location here. Very low cut grass, and there's a lot of open flying area. You want to have a nice big wide open area, that way if you make a mistake, it's no big deal. So let's go ahead and talk about acro flying from a beginner standpoint. So obviously you're going to be nervous, and that's perfectly normal. The more you fly, the less nervous you're going to get. In this flight here, I wasn't quite as nervous as some of my other flights. As you can see, I'm trying, instead of doing more jerky movements, I'm trying to make more smooth transitions. So basically what I'm doing is I'm punching the throttle, and I'm chopping the throttle down to basically just low idle, and then I'm going ahead and flipping it up and letting you see the sky like that. I've noticed that a lot of these really good pro FPV flyers, their movements aren't jerky, they're not suddenly quick, they're smooth. And that's exactly what I'm trying to do here. I'm trying to learn how to make my movement smooth. And you can see, the more I do, the more I'll get better. But FPV flying, I have to tell you, versus the simulator versus real life, the real life is, to me, way easier. The simulator for me was very, very difficult. I've flown the FPV Freerider simulator probably 15, 20 times. I hook it right to my transmitter, and it's been extremely difficult. I have crashed so many times on that simulator, and I'm thinking, oh my gosh, like when I go to fly my drone, you know, acro, I'm going to just be tearing it up. Not the case with me, guys. The Betaflight 3.1.7, I believe, which is what I have on my Wizard, is incredibly smooth. I have the anti-gravity turned on. I also have air mode turned on. And you can see just from the footage how smooth it is. I mean, I am really able to get some really smooth, nice flipping. You can see right there some nice flips. And she'll flip quick. I mean, there's going to be a part in the video where I probably do, you know, 5 or 6 flips consecutive. I mean, she'll flip quick. But also, when you chop that throttle down to just the props are just barely spinning, it will spin enough to keep the drone moving, but won't look jerky. And this is incredible. And now, you know, I understand more why FPV acro is so popular and it's so non-restrictive. You know, the other flight modes are very restrictive. You know, this is no holds barred. I mean, if you want to flip it quick, you can. If you want to flip it slow, you can. It's all up to you. Like, you're deciding see that right there. That was a nice slow backflip. And I also wanted to try experiment, you know, with some nice backflips. And also I wanted to try to experiment with taking the drone way up high and then shooting it straight down, almost like a free fall, like if you were diving. Because I want to get better and I want to start diving, you know, buildings and stuff like that. But just starting out, guys, do yourselves a favor. Start out somewhere in just the grass. Now I want to take this time to, this is the second flight, by the way. I want to take this time now to talk about, you know, what kind of batteries I'm using. You know, for these flights, I'm still in 3-cell. Now, I was completely convinced that I was going to switch over to 4-cell. However, the stock battery, do yourself a favor. If you have the Eachine Wizard stock battery and it starts giving you trouble, just ditch it. That battery is absolute crap. You know, they had to cut their costs somewhere, and they did that by giving you a very cheap 25C battery, which for the Wizard does not give you hardly any you know, high draw. So anytime you go to punch the throttle, you know, you're going to drain that battery very quickly. Here you go, see some dives right here. So I was trying to work on some dives on the second flight. Anyway, the batteries that I've been using, and I'll leave a link in the description, are the Power Hobby 1500 mAh 45C batteries. I have 2 of them now. I went ahead and purchased another one after my stock Wizard battery basically just, you know, took a dump and ended up going bad and got rid of it. But to be honest with you guys, I'm still having a lot of fun with 3-cell. I'm not quite ready to switch over my Wizard to 4-cell because it's not as simple as just strapping a 4-cell battery on and plugging it in and let's go. No, it requires soldering. It requires, you know, taking it apart. You know, the stock Wizard is not ready to accept a 4-cell until you move over the on the PDB, which is the power distribution board. You have to resolder and make an adjustment, and I'll do another video on that when that time comes. But this video I want to talk more about Acro and my experiences with it. So you can see I'm running 3-cell battery. I had great flight times. I mean, 6-minute flight time with a race drone is magnificent. I mean, that's wonderful. You know, and I was at a lot of these points you'll see. I mean, I was giving it full throttle. I was giving it everything it had, and then boom, doing a nice slow backflip, or like right here, doing a nice dive, and that's where I just chopped the throttle. Once I got to the height that I knew I would be okay, I would just look straight down and just chop the throttle to the bare minimum, which I have set on Betaflight, and it would just dive down ever so slowly, and it was just so graceful. It was just so, I mean, I can't really describe it in words other than it was just graceful. The Wizard X220 is a wonderful drone to learn acro on, and Betaflight, you know, the 3.1.7, which is what I have on my Wizard, is a wonderful firmware. The firmware that came with my Wizard was very jerky. It was very, I mean, I just didn't like it. It was you barely touch the sticks, and it just very erratic moves, very erratic movement. This firmware, not so much. It's just very smooth. Even when I was flying in angle mode and horizon mode, it was just way smoother than the stock firmware. So I don't know if Eachine has recognized this and they've went ahead and made changes, but this new firmware is just amazing. And you can see this is, now I'm being 100% honest with you guys, this is, if we count batteries, and that's what I'm counting as flights, okay, this is my sixth flight Acro, okay. So I am no pro by any means. I don't have a ton of experience with acro flying. This is my 6th flight, and when I mean 6th flight, I mean each flight was around 6 minutes each, okay? And I've flown 6 flights. So you do the math. 6 minutes times 6 flights. I've flown acro for 36 minutes, tops, in reality. And you can see I didn't crash not once on these 2 flights. Not once did I crash. Not once did I tear up my drone. And I have had about probably 20 to, I'd say about 20 flights on the simulator. And like I said before, the simulator to me was way harder than real life acro FPV flying. Line of sight FPV flying, for me, forget about it. It's not going to happen. It's not. That's how I would definitely crash and bring my wizard to its grave. But FPV is so different. And you can really see in the video how much I was able to improve over 6 flights. And that's full throttle. You can see right there, I just nailed it. Full throttle and went way up there. And then boom, I just killed the throttle. And when I killed the throttle, that's when I pushed that full, stick to make it flip. That full. Yeah, you have to give it full throttle, and then when you're ready to do your flips or you're ready to do your tricks, just kill the throttle all the way down to the bare minimum which you have set on your beta flight. And that's how you can really do some really nice movement. I mean, you can see how smooth that was. So it's not all about, giving it full throttle and then keeping it in a high idle or a high movement and then turning it. Because when you do that, you're losing that nice smooth movement. You're making it more of a jerky movement, more of a fast movement, more of a fast flip. And it takes a little bit of faith, because you have to understand, oh, there's my battery, charged up, beeping, ready to go for my next flight. And these batteries are awesome. I give these batteries, 5 stars. I mean, these batteries are awesome. I can't say enough about these batteries. But, 6-minute flight time out of a 3-cell, and I'm punching it full throttle, that's great. So I gotta tell you guys, right now I am still not ready to switch to 4-cell. I'm still enjoying my 3-cell. So just continue to keep watching. I'll keep posting as I get better. And like I said, guys, keep on trying to fly. Keep on getting better. The more experience you have, the better. Till my next video, I got some exciting news, some new stuff coming in, and I'll let you know soon. E-Drone out.